Whoa! No. So, I don't really know where to start. I know that this is very different from any type of content I've done in the past. I saw a lot of movies last year, a lot of them. So I knew a top 10 video wasn't really gonna work. Get ready, it's another guy making a tier list. So to start things off, we have Sinners, S tier. It is by far the best film I've seen this year. It's the film I saw the most this year. It is about as perfect as a movie can get. Adored this movie. Easy S tier without fail. Wicked for Good, I've already done a video on. Having watched it a second time, I do like it more than I did, I think, on my initial viewing. So I'm going to give it a tier. Long Walk was a really big surprise for me because I was expecting something similar to The Hunger Games, in part because it was directed by the guy who made the Hunger Games movies. So I wasn't expecting to be very emotionally invested. I really loved it. I thought it was excellent. I was very surprised. And so I'm going to give that an A tier as well. Another surprise A tier movie for me is The Phoenician Scheme. I do not like Wes Anderson. He's just always been a director that was always more style over substance. I could never get into his movies apart from a few here and there. It dialed back the style problems that I had with Asteroid City, which looked beautiful. That's a beautiful looking movie. All of his movies are. The problem for me is that they are very much, look how nice it is, look at this style that is uniquely my own, but the stories and the characters were never what really engaged me. But this one actually did. Caught Stealing, I'm gonna also put low A tier. I'm sorry to keep things so top heavy to start things off. This was just another really good crime comedy. Weapons, I'm going to put in the S tier. Again, I'm sorry that so much of the first half here is movies I really liked this year. I swear this is all in random order. A really well-directed horror film with a great cast, an amazing ending, one of the best endings of the year, so very comfortable S tier. The next movie is Fantastic Four: First Steps. I didn't like it. I know that this movie has its fans, and technically, it is the best Fantastic Four movie. It still has all the same problems that current Marvel movies have, and that it is just very mediocre. I didn't care for the characters all that much. I liked the world. I thought all the Galactus stuff was cool. Ooh, I feel like if I put it in D, I'm really gonna get crucified. C tier. I will put it in C tier, but it could change. Warfare was one that I really liked. I'm gonna give that a tier as well. Wolfman is awful. It's one of the worst looking horror films I've ever seen. Easily the worst looking new release I saw this year. The whole thing was poorly lit. You couldn't see anything happening on screen. Just garbage. F tier. Easy F tier. Megan 2.0. Oh, that one was pretty rough. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That's gonna go in F tier as well. Probably on the higher end of F tier. Superman was kind of everything I've wanted from a superhero movie, but especially it is everything I've wanted from a Superman movie. Tom Welling's always gonna be my Superman. Christopher Reeves is always gonna be the person I picture when I think of Superman, but David Cornsweet really nailed this role. I can't wait to see what comes next from this. Hamnet, I already have a review of. Really loved it. Again, a movie that made me cry this year. Going to put that in the A tier. Train Dreams surprised me. A really good movie that probably should have been on the big screen instead of getting dumped on Netflix. War of the Worlds.
Take your intergalactic asses back home.
On a filmmaking standpoint, it's an easy F tier. At the same time, though, I really enjoyed watching it. Immensely more entertaining than most of the other bad movies on this list. Like, there's movies in here that were so painful to get through versus War of the Worlds, which was in C tier. And I know that's going to be very controversial. And you know what? Just to stoke the flames even more, over Fantastic Four. Mickey 17, probably going to go in B tier. G20 is the worst film I saw this year. You know, sub F tier if I had decided to put that into this. Rental Family, another one I have a review on. Final Destination Bloodlines, I don't know if it's my favorite in the series, but this one I still really liked. I think it's probably my second or third favorite in the series. B tier as well. Really fun watch. Really good theater experience with everyone hooting and hollering. Begonia, another one I really liked. Eddington. Ooh, Eddington's tough. Sort of in a similar boat as Begonia, but I did like it a lot more. You know what, I'll keep it in B tier, but if any of the A24 movies here that is currently in B tier, Eddington would probably be the one that would get bumped up to A. No Other Choice, really good movie. I was kind of amazed how much I loved it because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even really know about it. I got to see it a little bit early and I adored it. Jurassic World Rebirth, garbage, F tier. Lilo and Stitch, F tier. Snow White, F tier. Probably a little bit more than Lilo and Stitch, but at the same time, Lilo and Stitch is a franchise or is a movie that I like much more. So I think I'm gonna give it F tier below Jurassic World. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 I liked more than those two. Opus, another bad movie. See, now we're getting the bottom. We're getting that foundation finally laid out of the worst movies I saw this year. Was just the same old A24 horror movie where people go to weird place and things don't really start happening until the final half hour. And I just wasn't really impressed by this one. I didn't think it had a particularly interesting message to say. I don't think there was anything interesting about the direction or how it, unraveled its story. Prom Queen, F tier. I was really disappointed by this one. I love the Fear Street movies. I think they're excellent. I think the trilogy is great on Netflix. This one, on the other hand, felt like such a cash grab. VHS Halloween, I need to stop putting my faith in this franchise because every single time I tell myself maybe this is going to be the one, and every time I'm let down by it. There has not been a VHS movie that I've liked from beginning to end since VHS 2, which was in 2012. One Battle After Another, S tier, easy S tier. Really good movie, really entertaining, really glad I got to see it on the big screen. I Know What You Did Last Summer, E tier, boring. Brave New World, boring, probably the weakest MCU movie we've gotten in the past couple years just for how bland it was. Predator Badlands was fun. I would probably also put that in C tier. Friendship, I was let down by, but still had some good laughs, so I'll put it in low C tier. Karate Kid Legends, D tier. Bring Her Back, S tier. I do have a bit of a bias here because I love the Raka Raka. I've watched their videos since I was young. I like how dark it is. I like how gritty it is. I like that it doesn't hold back, which I think was a lot of people's problems for how intense it can get. But at the center of it all is this wonderful performance by Sally Hawkins. Really one of the best performances I've seen this year. Companion, solid C tier. I really wish I didn't know the twist going into it. I blame the marketing for revealing the big twist in all the trailers. Hell of a Summer, another fun one, another fun slasher. Merrily We Roll Along. I'm a theater kid, in case you didn't know, and I knew nothing about this show other than Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff were in it. So I checked it out, and I really enjoyed it. I think that the framing device, is the most interesting part about it. I'm going to put it A tier. No, not A tier. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Black Phone 2, I really liked. Wake Up Dead Man, S tier. I have a review of this one already. B tier for 28 years later. Fingers crossed that the sequel is good. Sorry if I weigh everything in the B tier. A lot of the movies I saw this year were good, but A and S tier I try and save for the movies that really wowed me, the ones that really knocked my socks off. Shelby Oaks. I liked Shelby Oaks a lot more. I think a lot of people were being a little too harsh on it. I still, though, agree that it does have problems, but for a first-time film by someone who was mostly doing YouTube, it really works. I love the first two Paddington movies. Kind of was disappointed by Paddington in Peru. Day the Earth Blew Up was surprisingly entertaining. K-Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack slaps, but I don't really care for this movie as much as other people do. I'm going to put it in D tier, and I'm sorry to all the fans of K-Pop Demon Hunter. Frankenstein, I really, really loved. Another S tier right there. Maybe could get bumped down to A. This has beautiful set design. The costuming is great. I predict that it'll be Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, but I really, really would be happy if Jacob Elordi got it. He kind of carried the movie for me. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning has to be my most disappointing film of this year. And Dead Reckoning is one of my favorites in the series, so I had very high hopes. And apart from the great action sequences, the biplane scene is probably the best sequence in the franchise. But it's just way too long, too many characters. I'm gonna have to put it in D tier, and it's really tough having to put this so low, but I was very disappointed by what I saw. Conjuring Last Rites, E tier as well. I really don't like those Conjuring movies. Thunderbolts, on the other hand, Thunderbolts, I was really surprised by. Still didn't love everything about it. Still had a lot of the same MCU problems. I just felt a much better emotional connection with these characters, and I like that it kind of explored these darker themes and subjects that we don't really get from other superhero films. Materialists, it was fine. Honey Don't, low E tier, but very much teetering on F tier. Jay Kelly, another Oscar bait. Him I actually kind of enjoyed, even though I know it's not particularly good. I think it kind of falls into that same category as War of the Worlds, where it's not good, but it's entertaining, and I will take entertaining over boring any day. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. My mom didn't even like this one, and my mom usually likes these types of movies, so D tier. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, high A tier, very close to S tier, but there are still some things about it that hold it back from being S tier. But Rose Byrne should be Best Actress, no question about it. She should win. She probably won't, but I am at least going to try and manifest an Oscar nomination for her because she really is excellent in this and gives the best performance of the year. Death of a Unicorn, not good, low E tier, very, very close to F tier for me. Didn't really like this one at all. Drop, I'm putting in F tier just because of the trailer. Whenever it played, for that awful sound they use for the phone vibrating, just really, really obnoxious trailer. Glad I never have to see it again. Movie was just whatever, but F tier, that's how bad the trailer was. And then lastly, the movie I'm putting on here, Happy Gilmore 2. I don't even really know where to begin with Happy Gilmore 2. This was awful. This was so awful. Just about every joke didn't work for me. The cameos are some of the most obnoxious things I've ever seen. It was very, very annoying. Nostalgia bait. Just bad. Really, really bad. F tier. Absolutely. Sorry to end this on such a negative note. F tier 100%. So that's our ranking. This is what it's looking like here. Maybe I can do some type of update on this later, but what I really want to know is, did this type of content work for you? If you hate this, I will banish it to the Shadow Realm and you'll never have to see my face again. I'm pretty happy with this tier list, but I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree on some of my placements. So if you do, let me know in the comments. And in general, you know, just kind of let me know what were your favorite movies from this year? What were your least favorite? Were there any movies I missed that you recommend? Just sound off in the comments. Do whatever you want. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you all again soon.